Hello everybody and welcome to a Redstone tutorial. Today it will be for the Redstone to light a lighthouse. Often you will see big, bulky Redstone for this, but it's much simpler. It is tileable. It has to be at least 7 blocks long, 7 blocks square like this, like you see here. It has to be at least 7 like that. But otherwise, it is tileable, and you can just keep going on by odd numbers as long as as long as it is in this same shape. Okay, the wiring for it is very easy to do. So, I can also make that slower. You can make all of this slower. Dang it. You can make it slower. I like it a little slow. It looks better that way. You see. Now you have that lighthouse effect of it just going in a circle. Any slower and it looks really bad, I think. So this is about where I'm gonna leave it. And this is actually, I believe it's very easy to do. It's not as resource intensive as a lot of things. There's a lot of lighthouse designs you'll see. A lot of lighthouse designs you'll see it has a minecart going around in a circle, hitting detector rails, and the detector rails will activate pistons, and the pistons will open and close, revealing glowstone in the same pattern that this is going in. That takes a lot more resources to do, and it's a lot more complicated. Whereas this is pretty easy. So I'm going to show you the smallest way you can do it, which is a 7 by 7. But like you can do up from there. You can do 9, 11, 13, 15. You can just keep going on by odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the smallest you can do, which is a 7 by 7. I didn't find a way to use this same design in a smaller area. It just didn't. It wouldn't have had the same timing, and it would have the lighting wouldn't have looked as good. Now, yes, I realized there was no game volume coming through. It is just 100% easier for me to record without the game volume. So this is how you're gonna want to set up each side, just like that. You're gonna want to set up each side like that. Okay, easy pattern to follow, just like so. Now, something I like to do to reduce lag on your computer is you can take a piece of glowstone and toss it right there. It's not necessary, but you can. I'll do like that because that way there's less lighting updates in here, which makes for it runs smoother. Then you're gonna take redstone just like this. See, continue it over the top of the redstone lamps, just like so. So like I said, very simple. It's not very, it doesn't, okay, yeah. It doesn't take a lot of resources. Now, it depends on which way you want your lights to flow. This way, to me, looks better. It goes in a clockwise fashion. You can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. To go clockwise, just like so. If you want it anti-clockwise, just go like that. But I think it looks better going clockwise, so that's how I'm going to set this up. And then these repeaters, you're going to want to set 2, 3, just like that. 2 hits. And then you're going to take a button, has to be a stone button, and you just toss it on there. Then you hit the button. There you go. Now you might be saying, oh, well, that obviously doesn't do everything. It doesn't. You're correct. Because we forgot, you go and you put a piece of redstone underneath each of those like that. It's going to come up as just one piece like that, but don't worry about it. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, now you hit the button again. Hit the button. And it fills up all of that. And you see it goes at the same speed as the other one. So very easy to do, but make sure you put in those, because if you don't, it won't light. See, it won't light everything up. So you need those on top, and you also need that. Okay, that will allow the bottom piece here to also be lit up. And like I said, this is tileable, so if you go onward, another odd number, you can do that. It needs to be at least one of these, however. So this is a 7 by 7, and 1, 2, 3. If you would need to go up to 11. 11 would be the next one, and then you'd go 15, and then you would go 19, 15, so yeah, 19. 19 would be the next one. So those are the numbers you can go up by. This is, I think, going to be the most widely used one, which is why I'm demonstrating it. 7 long. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Also, if you wish, you might only want this to turn on at night. Well, for that matter, you just might want it to turn on at night. I have a mechanism for that. This right here will allow it to turn on at night. Once it turns nighttime, it will turn on. However, as I had no forethought here, and I didn't think of a way to turn it off, and that comes back on. So I'm going to cut the video right here, and I will see you when I figured out a way to hook this to it, but I'll see you then. So I've already showed you how to make a lighthouse like so, that you can turn on and off at will. But if you want it to only be on at night, and you want that to be automatic, you don't have to mess with it, which is, I think, what just about everybody is going to want. This is the lighthouse for you. Now, yes, it is a jumble of wires, but it's still fairly simple. It's just compact wiring. Okay, what we have here is basically a daylight sensor is powering the whole thing with 2 pistons. So the pistons and the daylight sensor are the 2 most complicated things to build in this whole thing. So I'm going to show you how to do this over here. So you're going to come up a couple blocks. I think I went there, which is 4 blocks above center. And then you can go over either direction. I went this way. You're going to put your daylight sensor on top of that middle block. Then you're going to put a piece of redstone like that with a torch. Come over from that torch 1, just like so. Put a repeater diagonal to that. That repeater is going to go into a piston. Okay, that's where you want the piston to be. You want the piston to be on the same block with the block there. This is a very simple monostable circuit is all it is. This is just a very small monostable circuit. You're going to take this and you're going to hook it in. Wait, first, okay. Another thing is you're going to want to take all of those off of there. Okay, take that redstone and just pop it right off. Then you're going to want to come over with that, and that's going to hook right in. I missed a step. Actually, I missed a step. Okay. Block. That's how you want this to look. Monostable circuit into a repeater, or you don't need the repeater. You could do like that. Okay, this will work as a repeater if you don't have another repeater, but I advise a repeater. It's simpler. It makes it slightly smaller. Okay, repeater, and then you just hook that in with this side. Okay, that shouldn't connect here because you took out those redstone blocks. Okay, that redstone dust, I should say. Okay, once you have that done, then you're going to come down here. You're going to take this block here, and you're going to turn it into a piston. Just like the monostable circuit, you're going to want the piston right there. That should be a redstone block, a redstone torch. And you're going to take a signal off of here. Going to put a repeater, oh my gosh, a torch. That will take that signal, okay, so that will be whatever that is. Okay, so if this is on, that's on. See that? That will then just come down here, just like simply so. Simply so, oh my goodness. And hook in to that. Now this is fully functional. Yes, that will do like that, but I think that's fine, personally. You have a little bit of a jump, but it's the only spot it happens. So if you want to hide this with like a column or something, then you really wouldn't even notice. But that's the only spot that happens in. And I personally wouldn't even say it's all that noticeable, especially if you happen to be kind of far away. Making sure all those are the same thing. Yeah, see, now it's fixed pretty much. You just have a little bit of lag right there, but otherwise, this is that. This is when it's nighttime, okay? It's nighttime right now and it's on. Okay, now when it's daytime, that's going to switch and it will shut itself off. When it's nighttime, it's going to turn on. So it looks like a big mess, but it's really very simple wiring that isn't really all that difficult to perform. I'm going to take another piece of glowstone. If you want to put glowstone like in some of the corners in here, that's going to lessen the lighting updates, and that's going to create less lag, because this should be covered over, and so that there would be a lot of lighting updates now. Just put some glowstone down, and that will take out all of the lighting updates, or at least most of them. That's what the glowstone will do. So that has been, first of all, a tileable lighthouse Redstone setup with a on-off automatic sensor. That sensor is actually right here. It's pretty compact, and also you can go back in the video, pause the video if you need to. But that's a very simple tileable lighthouse setup, which you can make automatic. However, if you don't want it automatic, then it doesn't need to be. If it's somewhere that you can get to, you can just toss a button down. But with this setup, you cannot use the button. You know what I'm saying? Now, why you needed to take that out? Because if you left that there, what would happen would be is it would go backwards on itself. Like, here, I'll set it up. You see that? That is the problem that you would reach if you had that there. Yeah, you see? And now it's broken because of it. It's fixed. Now you can also take that out of there and take that out of there, and just go. Oops. And you can just toss that there instead. You can do like that, or you can put a second torch right here. It doesn't matter which way you do it, that won't affect this here. This way is slightly more simple, however. So there you go. There's your lighthouse with your automatic setup. If there's anything else you want to see, or if you want a different, like if you want the piston way of doing this with all the pistons exposing glowstone, I can also give that tutorial if someone out there wants it. Just comment away. I hope this helped you out in whatever you were building, and I hope that that you enjoyed the video and thought it was pretty good. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.